good to be in front of the camera again for you guys. I know it's been a long time since my last free video drum lesson, but I'm back now with my new drum kit, and I thought we'd go over a bit of a classic today, and I teach you how to play the drum solo that occurs at 2 minutes 33 into the song Tom Sawyer by the band Rush, drummed by the professor of drums Neil Peart. It's a 4-bar drum solo, and we're going to take a look at all 4 bars, and hopefully I'm going to be able to show you how to play this drum fill, because I know there's not a lot of stuff online teaching how to play it, so I'm going to hopefully resolve that issue. So I got into Rush quite late in life, and I kick myself to this day because I wish I'd listened to a lot of Rush stuff when I was younger, and I wish Neil Peart had been a bigger influence in my playing when I was growing up, because he's such an amazing drummer. I've totally fallen in love with the guy. I think all of his drum parts are superbly written, and his drum solos, like the one that happens in Tom Sawyer, he obviously constructs them note for note, then rehearses them note for note, and then when he performs them live, he performs them exactly as he recorded them on the album, which is really cool for people like me trying to teach you guys how to play it, because you do get a definite idea of what he played because he repeats it every time, which is so rare for drummers to do, including myself. So let's take a look at the first bar of the drum solo. You heard me play it at the whole thing at the beginning of this video. And like I said, we're going to split up into 4 sections. So let's take a look at the first bar first. Okay, so bar 1. First of all, we've got the tempo of the song around 88 BPM. So here's the pulse going by in the song. But here's the quarter note we're going to feel. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the first bar, we're playing 16th notes and 32nd notes. So we've got to be able to feel 16th notes, 4 notes per click, and then 32nd notes, which are 8 notes per click. So we've got to be able to feel both of those pulses in order to play through the first bar. And it starts with 2 sets of 2 crash cymbals played on the 1 and the E of beat 1, and then the 16th note is rested, and then 2 more crash cymbals on the of beat 1 and beat 2. And it's played best right left on 2 different crash cymbals using the 1 bass drum foot. 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2, and 1 E and a 2. Of course you could play it double bass drum. I play left right instead of right left because I'm left footed. So I play double bass drum left right. Like that, 1 E and 2, 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2. That's how the bar 1 starts. And then we get into our 32nd notes for the first time, starting on the and of beat 2. And if we ignore what drums it's played on and the single crash cymbal that occurs later in the bar, basically we're playing 32nd notes, starting from the and of beat 2 all the way to the end of the bar. So let's just play all those notes on the snare drum for now to get a feel of the pulse. So I'll put the crash cymbal stabs at the beginning as well, and a bit slower it would sound like this. 1 E and a 2, and 3, and 4, and 1 E and a 2, and 3, and 4, and... Up to speed it'd be something like... So get a feel for that pulse, because the next stage will be easier for you once you've got that pulse in your head. 32nd notes they're called, 8 notes per beat, per click in this case. So what we're going to do next is split up the drums, the hands around the drums. So now Neil's obviously got a 100 billion piece drum set, and I'm lucky enough now to have a 4 toms on this kit, so I can kind of replicate what Neil does on the recording. If you've only got 3 toms or even just 2 toms, then take what Neil plays, which I'm about to show you, and split the hands up on any drums you like. It doesn't actually matter what toms you play on. The pattern goes down the toms, so try to replicate that as much as you can, but don't worry about playing exactly the number of notes on each drum as written here. You can split the drums up over as many toms or as few toms as you like. So this is just, this is what he plays, but don't take this as gospel. If you haven't got as many toms as Neil or me, then you can obviously play it on fewer toms just by playing more notes on each tom rather than splitting them up over multiple. So we play 4 32nd notes on the high tom, starting on the and of beat 2, which takes us up to beat 3. So 4 notes here, and remember each 16th note, and is equal to 2 32nd notes, and then we move to the medium tom for beat 3 and play 4 more notes here, 3 E, and then 2 notes here, and then we end the pattern on the lowest tom, and we play 8 32nd notes, the whole of beat 4 on the floor tom, except for one note, which is a crash cymbal on the E of beat 4. So we played the first two notes, first two 32nd notes on the floor tom, straight up to a crash cymbal on the E of 4, 4E with a bass drum at the same time. The left hand just comes back in with the 32nd note, so you're not interrupting the hand. The hands are playing right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. 4E and or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 8 notes here. You're playing right, left, the first two notes here, then you're up to the crash cymbal. So slowly, that whole bar would sound like this. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and Now I just remember to start it on the and 2, and then it's 4, 4, 4, 2 here up to the crash, and then 6, the remaining notes on the floor tom. So just end the bar on this low tom here. So 4, 4, 4, 2 up to the crash straight away, and then continue the roll to the end of the bar on the lowest tom. 1E and 2 and 3 and 4E and 1E and 2 and 3 and 4E and up to speed it'd be something like, again, into the next section. Let's take a look at the bar 2 now. Okay, so bar 2 starts the same as bar 1. We've got 5 16th notes being played as crash cymbal stabs, and it's played right, left, right, left, right, starting on beat 1, ending on beat 2, and each of those crash cymbal stabs gets played with a bass drum. 1E and 2. You can play it one bass drum foot or double bass drum foot, but I know Neil plays his part one bass drum foot, using one bass drum foot, so you might want to do the same. But of course you can use double bass drum pedal if you like. So it starts on beat 1, ends on beat 2, and then we don't play anything until the start of beat 3, where we get this really cool double bass drum lick, which what I'm going to do for you next is I'm going to break it down into its easiest parts, and then we're going to build it back up to the way Neil actually plays it. So along the way, hopefully there's a level that you can use if you can't play the way Neil actually plays it right away. So the best way to understand it is to work out how to count it and how to feel it. So it's actually a triplet bass lick. So the first thing we've got to be able to understand is, starting from beat 3, because that's where the lick starts, we're filling up beat 3 with 3/8 note triplets and beat 4 with 3/8 note triplets. So we're counting 3 notes per beat of the bar. 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Next, we're going to add the bass drum foot in between each of those. So we're actually going to play now 6 notes per beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 up here and then 3 on the bass drum in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So still 3 hand notes per beat, we're just filling in the space with the bass drum foot. That's the first way to sort of feel it, because that's the pulse that's going by. So we get the 1E and 2 and 3 triplet, 4 triplet. 1E and 2 and 3 triplet, 4 triplet. 1E and 2 and 3 triplet, 4 triplet, like that. The next thing we can do, and there's various things we could do, so here's my suggestion, is to turn it into a Bonham style triplet to start off with. So we're going to play where each of those hand notes were, so the 3 triplet, each of those hand notes, we're going to turn each of those into 3 notes, and we're going to play it right, left, bass drum foot. That's going to be each of our notes, if you like. We're going to fit right, left, right into each of those counted hand notes here on the floor tom. So if we're feeling 3 triplets, it's going to turn into 3 triplets. So taking that idea, we get to feel this. If we're feeling 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So I'm not using double bass drum pedal at the moment, I'm just using the one bass drum pedal, right, left on the hands, and then bass drum foot, which is a cool lick on its own. So the drum fill using that idea would sound like this, the bar 2 on its own, 1E and 2 and 3 triplet, 4 triplet. 1E and 2 and 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So the important thing to emphasize at this stage is what I'm feeling, what the important thing to feel is the triplet pulse. 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Because when we speed it up, we need to be able to feel that pulse in order to get the lick to sound correct. So we could use what I just showed you there up to speed. Which is quite cool on its own. It's not what Neil plays, but it sounds really cool. So it's 1 E and a 2 and 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 E and a 2 and 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Okay, let's now take a look at the way Neil actually plays it. So what we can do next is turn it into 30-second note triplets. So now we're going to fit in the same space that we're feeling, the 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 4 notes, and it's going to be played right, left, and then right, left on the bass drum. In my case, left, right. So 4 notes, 2 on the hands, 2 on the feet, all evenly spaced. Those 4 notes are evenly spaced, and each of those groupings of 4 notes are played in each of the counted triplet notes. So again, if we're feeling 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1, and again. So my right hand is feeling the pulse. 3 triplet, 4 triplet, da 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 da. 3 triplet, 4 triplet, da 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 da. And that's the key. Make your right hand feel the pulse, and then just fill in the gaps with that lick, which you've practiced a lot. It's called a quad. You've heard it before. Right, left, foot, foot, of course. Classic double bass drum lick. Played through triplets in this case. 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. And that's very hard to count. So what you got to try and do is feel the 8th note triplet pulse, and then hopefully fill in the gaps naturally, and you should be able to feel your way through it. So slowly that bar would sound like this. 1 E and a 2 and 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 E and a 2 and 3 triplet, 4 triplet. My sense of 16th notes and triplets at this slow tempo are a little bit dodgy, I have to admit. It's when you play onto the song, the timing's a bit tighter, but understanding how to count it at this slow speed is really important to be able to play exactly what Neil's playing. Okay, so up to speed. So we've got, if I count myself in, you can feel the pulse. So let's do it with a click. 3, 4, 1 E and a 2 and 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1, 3, 4, 1 E and a 2 and 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1. So I hope you can hear the floor tom going dear, 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 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Okay, I think I've explained that enough. Let's now take a look at bar 3. Okay, so bar 3 is a really syncopated bar and very complicated to try and explain, try to count as we'll see in a second. It's best felt, and up to speed, this is certainly how I got through this bar. The first part of the bar can be counted, but the stabs at the end are a little bit dodgy, but let's come to that bit in a second. First of all, the bar starts with a flam on beat 1. So after that triplet quad lick we had previously, after the last right, left, foot, foot, we then go straight into a flam on beat 1 of bar 3. So the quad lick ends with, it rolls straight into the flam. So we get, it doesn't stop. Straight into a flam. So you've got to be able to practice that smooth transition. Like that. So it starts with the flam, and then we get 2 offbeat bass drum notes on the E of 1 and the of 1. So 1 E and 2. Well, actually we get 2 because we've got 2 bass drum notes next to each other. So we actually get 1 E and 2, and the 2 falls with a crash cymbal. 1 E and 2, 1 E and 2, 1 E and 2, like that. Then we get a quick little roll down the toms, starting on the and of beat 2 in exactly the same way as we had in bar 1. So we got 4 30-second notes starting on the and of beat 2. So remember, each 16th note takes up 2 30-second notes. So we get and, that's just the and the there. Right, left. So 2 here, and then the right hand moves to the floor tom, but the second note is played up on the crash cymbal. So we get 2 2 1 1, and they're all played smoothly as 30-second notes. And that crash cymbal comes down with a bass drum. Now that's weird because we're playing through 30-second notes, and what we got here up on the crash cymbal is the second 30-second note of beat beat 3, the 16th note of beat 3 being played on the crash cymbal. And there's no counting mechanism that I know of that counts 30-second notes, so you've got to kind of feel that as the upbeat note of a 16th note. Don't worry if that's too confusing. Like I say, you can use your ears to get through this section. But what you've got to do for that roll is play 1 2 1 2 1 2 like that, smoothly. And not get thrown off by the weird sound of that crash cymbal on the upbeat, because the next set of cymbal stabs that occur next are back on the 16th notes, and it kind of throws you off a little bit, especially when you're practicing it slowly and trying to count it slowly, because it's very, very hard to hear that offbeat crash cymbal. So up to that point, and I won't try and count it, we'll try and just use our ears for now, sounds something like this. 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and a 3 and a 3. It's not 3 E, it's and a 3 and a 3 and a 3. I want to go E, but it's not, it's and a 3, like that. So we get 1 E and a 2 and a 3. And then we move on to the next part, which is 2 more crash cymbal stabs like we had at the beginning of the song, starting on the and the of beat 3, and then 2 more on the E and the and of beat 4, E and. So relatively simple, but getting out that 30-second note offbeat stab into those normal 16th notes is very weird to feel. So roughly the whole bar sounds like this. So 1 E and a 2. Something like that. It makes more sense when you speed it up. So those are notes that he plays. You just got to get the timing correct with the way Neil plays it. Let's now take a look at the final bar, bar 4. Okay, so bar 4 starts with 4 16th notes played on the floor tom and the medium tom as double-handed, 1 E and a, straight into a crash cymbal on beat 2. 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2. And you can flam them slightly to add more power to it. Or you can keep them straight, up to you, whatever you feel comfortable playing. And then what happens for the rest of the solo is Neil comes up with this cool idea where we've got a pattern that moves across the beats of the bar. So each beat of the bar has 4 16th notes in it, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. And what Neil does is he plays a grouping of notes, 4 30-second notes long, plus a 16th note. So those 4 30-second notes plus the 16th note equal 3 16th notes in total. So that grouping of 3 16th notes moves across the bar. So we start with the 1 E and a and straight into a crash cymbal on beat 2. Then we start this 3-note grouping, starting on the and a beat 2. So we get 4 30-second notes on the medium tom, straight into a crash cymbal on beat 3, and a 3. And then a 16th note later, we start on the E of beat 3, 4 here, 1 here, E and the crash cymbal happens to fall on the of beat 3 now. And then finally 4 here, 4 E, and then into another crash cymbal, 4 E but into another crash cymbal straight away on the of beat 4, the last 16th note of that bar. So the bar ends with 2 crash cymbals on and 4 E and 4 E and into the next groove section where what Neil does is he plays a snare drum straight away on beat 1. So we get 4 E and 1, 4 E right, left, snare and crash. So the whole bar slowly, and notice how the groupings move across the beats, starting from the and of 2, sounds like this. 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Let's try it even slower. 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Da 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 at the end. A bit faster now. 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. And let's try it up to speed. So there you go, that's all 4 bars of the solo. It's just now down to yourself to try and put those 4 beasts together. So I recommend that you try and practice each on its own. and get the bare essentials from each bar. What's important, what's not important, what can I leave in, what can I throw out. If you haven't got enough toms, like I said at the beginning of this video, then use your common sense and split the hands up over the toms that you do have. Obviously use just one crash cymbal on the right cymbal if you haven't got two crash cymbals. For the double bass drum triplet lick, you can play whatever you like for it really, but as long as you feed it as a triplet idea, it will sound close to what Neil plays. And then of course if you've got a double bass drum pedal, you can play what Neil does, that quad idea. And of course you could also try it playing with one foot. So with my left foot, just the one foot, not quite up to Neil's speed, but you can see with one foot it's not impossible to get close to what he actually plays. So yeah, there you go. I hope that was useful for you. I hope you found that fun. I found that a lot of fun learning in order to teach you in this video. If you've got any questions, you can email me. Please join my Facebook page. That's the best place to check me out. If you haven't already done so, then please check out my Drum Masters video song pack. That's my flagship product from Drums the Word, my website, which contains pretty much all of my song tutorials, books, charts, free video drum lessons, all delivered to you in DVD form. I'm very proud of it, so please do check it out. And yeah, hope to see you next time. Happy drumming. Toodle pip.